Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Final Flock as we react live to the team outcome at 6:20 p.m. Timor make the side with that back injury that he's said to be carrying, having missed main training on Wednesday. Let's have a look. Let's waste no more time. Are the teams out? Let's select this little button here. And we still have nothing, but what do? We go to Twitter. We anxiously refresh. Mitchell and Allen dropped. Hold on a minute. What's going on here, Jen? Maybe you guys weren't lying. But what you dropped Todd Mitchell after coaches' votes? What does Oleg have on Fly? It's his love child, isn't he? What's going on here? Wow. No Billy Frampton as well. Wow. Okay. Let's analyze this. Ed Allen dropped. Tom Mitchell dropped. Sullivan injured. Obvious inclusions there. Okay. Darcy Moore listed. Charlie Dean off the back. I just feel like Fly likes something about Charlie Dean and has found it difficult to drop him after the game he had against Richmond, which we take with a grain of salt because it was only Richmond, but also factor in that Billy Frampton was not great in the VFL, and that's been my grave concern all week. If you guys have been following along, my grave concern with Billy Frampton playing in the VFL is it drops his confidence. And Fly's clearly not satisfied with something, as he spoke about in that press conference after main training. Ed Allen, emergency. Will Parker, emergency. Tom Mitchell not even listed as an emergency. So I wonder if he plays VFL. I wonder that. He's not even here. Jordan De Goey is on the bench, but as too is Bobby Hill. If I was a betting man, which I am sometimes, I'm going to say Jordan De Goey will be the sub. I think Bobby Hill starts. Markov survives though. But we did a poll just before. If it came down to Oleg Markov and Edward Allen, you guys, I think it was like 70-30 Ed Allen. So the 30% win out here with Markov there. Interesting. Wow. Was it Mitchell managed? Let's clarify. Is it managed? Let's go here. Or I'll do this. Let's clarify what's actually going on. They'll specify if it's dropped or managed. Here. Latest. If I go here. Axed pies, axe gun mid. So he's definitely been dropped. Let's see. We'll just confirm that. Omitted. Not managed. Yeah, wow. Okay. Did we miss anything else? So if we go back to the teams. Jeez. Billy Frampton missing. That hurts. Like, to be fair, from Fly's perspective, you look at their forward line, it's quite makeshift when it comes to their key tall forward department. They got Logan Morris and Eric Hipwood. Logan Morris is a kid. Eric Hipwood still looks like he hasn't graduated from high school, and yet he's somehow older than me. And then they've got a bunch of small forwards. So really, it's just more important that maybe we match up better with them at ground level defensively. Maybe that's what keeps Charlie Dean in the side. I know we've had our differences with Charlie Dean, but the fact of the matter is Billy Frampton did not play great in the VFL. Charlie Dean played well in the AFL. This is a smaller forward line, which would be better suited to a smaller defensive line. Will Darcy Moore be a laid out? Who knows? What's going on over here? Is there anything to note here? They didn't even bring in Sam Day, so they didn't want to try stretch us at all. Very, very intriguing. Pendles and De Goey back. Yep. Pendles will be a welcoming sign back into the side, and hopefully he doesn't need any more rest. It's all systems go now. So no more resting where it is seemingly unnecessary. They dropped Oscar McInerney. Wow. That's one. Okay, so they're going to be very small inside the forward line then. Even smaller than first thought. Because Darcy 4 with big O in the side, normally Darcy Fort will play as this pseudo key tall forward role that Mason Cox has sort of represented for the most part of his career. Except Darcy Fort doesn't kick anywhere near as many goals as what Mason Cox has done in the past. Selection integrity. Greatness says, at least you can say we've used some selection integrity when it comes to Dean/Frampton. I just don't know if at this point of the season we've got a large sample size of Billy Frampton proven at AFL level. We don't have that with Charlie Dean. It's a massive risk. If this is an experiment, let this be the final experiment of Charlie Dean this year. In another world, in another team, in another situation, Charlie Dean would have more time to prove himself and have more continuity, more consistency, more string, more string. Would be able to string together more games, is what I'm trying to say. But it's risky trying to string games together for someone who had a half-decent game against Richmond in lieu of someone who has been arguably our best key defender at times. That's my dilemma that I have with this decision. Ooh-wee. As I mentioned, JDG, probably sub. I'd like to see Bobby Hill start. Would love that. McStay we're going to see more McStay in the back line. If Darcy Moore is sore, whether he makes it to the game or not, I think he will be managed throughout the game, minutes-wise, time on ground-wise. Weather for the game, I think it's going to be decent. I think it's like 15 and relatively clear. So from this point onwards, we have to bring in McCreary, Jeremy Howe. Is that it? McCreary, Jeremy Howe. And that's pretty much... And Billy Frampton, probably. But yeah, we're still not quite there with our best 23 going into the final series. A lot of what we saw at training this week was a lot of ball in hand for Dan Houston in a lot of drills. More than weeks gone by. So I think there is going to be a concerted effort from the team to enable Dan Houston. And maybe if that can happen, then this magnet can be played through the middle more. That's what I think about that. Flyers getting told to rest and manage players by Jared Waite. Well, he definitely leans on expert opinion, but at a certain point, you, that being the coach of the club, someone who's won premierships, understands that sometimes you do have to look past the strength and conditioning side of things, especially during the pointy end of the season. So there you go. Full faith has been instilled in Ned Long. Tom Mitchell, man, he's going to be feeling stiff. 29 disposals, coaches' votes. Had a pretty good game against... Isn't that ironic, though? Like, people have been internally and been publicly expressing, oh, we can't have Ned Long and Tom Mitchell on the same side. And then in the same week, in the same space of 7 days, the team have decided to drop Tom Mitchell. So it kind of looks a bit sad for Tom Mitchell, in my opinion. Even Tom Mitchell in the post-game, I think it was when, who was roaming? Strawny was roaming, and they were talking about how Mitchell and Ned Long, laughing, oh, Ned Long and Tom Mitchell can't fit in the same side, and then, yeah, days later, this is what we see. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the final flock. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on selection, and as always, go Pies.